it's Lisa here. I hope everybody's really well. I just wanted to take the opportunity to upload a video. It's going to be an unboxing and an assembly video of the Omanik Monstrik Stand that I've just ordered from Estonia off the Omanik Factory website. I have had probably a really massive nightmare trying to find a cross-stitch stand that I can work with. That doesn't mean me altering my style and how I like to sit for the stand, which I've always had to do. So what I'll do is I'll show you where I typically sit to stitch, and then you can see some of the limitations I have around trying to get standard stands that actually fit where I need them to go to, and that will hold something of significant weight. So I became really interested, having started to watch some FlossTube videos, in the Millennium frames and Needle Needs and their website and their beautiful Necessaire stand that they have, and watched. Never ever were those stands in stock, and they're still not to this day, and I've been looking at their website for about 6 months now, and nothing, they never have anything on there to sell. At one point they did have some Millennium frames, so I thought, right, okay, they're in stock, I'll order one. I was expecting, you know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks delay in terms of it arriving. 15 weeks later it still wasn't delivered, and there'd been no update in terms of my order on the website, no correspondence from them whatsoever, and eventually I just emailed them and just said cancel the order, because I'm just not prepared to wait that amount of time with absolutely no feedback whatsoever in terms of what was going on. So I looked on the Omanik site. Many of you had mentioned that those scroll frames that they produce were a good alternative, and went online and ordered 3 different sizes, which I'll share with you. The look really good quality. I've not actually used them yet. I've mounted a couple of my projects on to see what the tension's like. The tension is beautiful. I'm not sure what the Millennium frames are like. I've got nothing to compare them to, but in terms of how I feel about the frames themselves, I am satisfied that they will do an excellent job for me. I bought these beautiful large scroll frames, and then I didn't have a stand to support them on. I bought the Stitchmaster stand, which just wouldn't fit underneath my chair, so I couldn't get near enough to it to be able to stitch. I bought a Lowry frame thinking that I could position it from the side, but when I show you my chair you'll understand why that became a problem. So my dad built me and custom made me a stand, which has been brilliant, and I'll still continue to use it because it will hold my cross-stitch my Q-snap frames really well, but it won't take the weight of one of the scroll frames. It just seems to just gradually just collapse on itself. But in terms of the Q-snaps, I'll continue to use that, and I'll also take it away with me and use when I go over to the East Coast during weekends and holiday breaks as well, so it can be my portable stand. So I wanted today to open this. It arrived yesterday, so I've been quite excited for its arrival, so I thought I'd save it for today, open it for you guys, and then make some form of assembly for you. So we'll have a look at how easy it is to put together. I'm by no means a mastermind when it comes to this type of thing, but hopefully it will work well. So yeah, so I'll show you the stand that my dad has customised for me, and I'll show you typically the style of chair that I sit in for when I stitch, and you can see what I mean in terms of some of the limitations that face me. So I'm just going to change the camera angle now, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, so this would be my typical seat for stitching in at the moment, and as you can see, as I move the camera down, there is such a limited clearance space underneath these sofas. So the standard base heights of most of the stands that are advertised just would not fit under there, which means you just cannot get the stand close enough to you. So if I just move to the side, you can see that on the side here there's quite a large wooden block at the front, which is great, and I thought would be really good for securing a Lowry frame, which will come from the side. Now the only problem with where this is situated is that I had to position the Lowry stand quite far forward and away from me in order to be able for it to support a scroll frame, and it just, I ended up again adapting my stitching style to the actual frame, which is by no means ideal whatsoever. So in order to combat this, my dad actually made me a customised stand, which you can see in front of me here. So if you look closely, you can see it's got the base of the Lowry stand actually attached to it, because we've literally mishmashed, here she is, 3 stands together in order to build this. So this is a Lowry stand, and then a partial Stitchmaster, and then also some old stand that I actually bought off Amazon a long time ago. And if you can see, you can actually hold the Q-snap within these jaws here. So these jaws actually will open up and tighten down, which means I can hold my Q-snap. And then obviously I've got my magnifying mirror on the front here, so I can actually adjust it. So the angulation of the stand means I can have it quite far forward from me. It will come right underneath the sofa, obviously, with the base as it stands. So it will just slide straight underneath the chair here, which means I can get the frame really, really close to me. So I can actually sit back and relax, and I'm not adjusting my position for the sake of the stand and having to sit too far forward or lean or reach. So this, as I said, is absolutely fabulous, and I will continue to use this. So you can see kind of the joints and articulations we made in order to be able to raise it and get the reach on it, so that I can get it towards me. So this is fabulous. I'm not suggesting by any means that anybody should go out and buy the 3 stands and cobble them together, but it was just such a good option and solution for me in terms of, you know, my limitations in terms of where I sit and the style of my furniture, to be fair. So now we'll get on to the unboxing, and yeah, we'll have a look and try and build a Monstrik stand. Alright, so in terms of the customer service of this company over in Estonia, I just have to say how great they are. They keep in touch with you on a regular basis with updates. They give you shipping information, so I knew exactly when my items had shipped. Obviously then you can start looking at the web links for the UK courier services as well in order to get these to you. So I cannot praise the guys over in Estonia enough, and on both occasions that I've purchased from the Omanik Factory, Anton has been my guy who has looked after me, and you know, big shout out to Anton. He's been absolutely fabulous. So without further ado, I'm now going to use a knife and try and get into this box, and we'll have a look and see what's inside. So I've always loved watching unboxings for some reason, and haul videos. I absolutely love them. So I think this is probably a good time to do one of my own. So let's have a look what's in here. So I'm hoping everything is here as planned. So lots of brown paper to support everything that's in there. I've ordered the stand in a beige colour because I just thought it would fit my decor a little bit better than the black stand, that's all, but both of them are identical, it makes no difference. I did purchase a couple of add-on items, so I've got the light that fits with the structure, so this will actually connect to the stand. So in order to put the add-ons on, you have to buy a connector. Oh, the Poppy's getting interested in what's going on in there. So you have to buy a connector module to build onto the stand. You can then attach various things such as a light. I bought a magnifying glass as well, which I'm just about to bring out. So a light, a magnifying glass, and they also have a chart holder as well, so you can clip your printout or your chart to it and just follow as you go. I didn't bother with that because, to be honest, most of the things that I work with are on a PDF on my iPad, so that to me wouldn't have been particularly good use. I also purchased the side clamps, and I'll just undo these and show you. So if you don't purchase these, you will end up having to drill a hole in your frame apparently. So I didn't want to do that, so I just bought the extra clamps to attach onto the frame construct. And none of these extra add-ons were particularly expensive. I mean, the whole stand itself cost me, and this was when the pound was a bit stronger against the euro, it cost me about £120 for everything that's in this box, and that to me is a real bargain in terms of, you know, what hopefully this will mean I'm now able to do. So we'll just dig underneath more of this paper. What's this? Ooh. This looks like, I don't know, what is that? It's got a little spanner in there, but I'm not sure. Looks like sweets, but chocolate. I think it might be bar of chocolate. Oh, it is! There you go, some Estonian chocolate. How nice is that? So yeah, a nice bar of chocolates to go with it, along with the spanner. And I'm guessing this might be my order information that's actually in here as well. So spanner, and there are, oh, there's some actual building instructions which will come in really, really handy because yeah, we'll see how that one goes. So that's wonderful. Wheels by the look of it, various attachment pieces, and looks like the frame itself for holding things on. So yeah, I mean, that seems to be the base of the stand, and this thing you can set at any angle as well that you want to. So looks really promising. I actually like the colour as well, that's really nice. Will fit well. So I'm going to pull out the rest of these pieces. I have no idea what they all do, but we'll take them all out and put them on the floor. Make sure everything's out of the box, which I think it is. And then I will tidy up the mess a little bit, get everything unwrapped, and I'll come back and pan the camera out and we'll have a look at building it together. Okay, so I've had a look at the instructions and I think I've got a reasonable idea how we're going to put this together. So I'm going to try and get it in shot for you because I'm aware that the actual stand itself is a very similar colour to the carpet and probably blend in spectacularly well. So this seems to be the actual base unit itself. Judging by the instructions, the first thing we need to do is kind of put the cross legs on first. So I'm going to start that. So I've got one assigned over here which seems to just fit through this back part and just slot through. So let's see if we can, yeah, we can push that through there. There doesn't seem to be anywhere which tells you which is the midpoint, so I guess you just need to kind of eyeball that. And there's two little nuts on here. There's one at the back, which I'm not sure you'll be able to see, and then there's one on the top which will then secure these actual legs onto it. And then there are some wheels which we will attach, always useful, and just one for either end, so it seems. Okay, so now we've got some wheels on it at the back. Now to connect the front part of the legs, now you can see all of that actually attached on the back there, which is looking reasonable. There's this little front piece here which then attaches to a wheel and then slots in the front there, and everything then tightens down. So it will move in all planes, which is fabulous. And then again we're going to feed through another front leg onto that and tighten that down a little bit. And this here. And then we've got some more little wheels for the front part of it as well. So we're going to put those on, which is brilliant. goes on there. And now we've got a unit which will move backwards and forwards like that, which makes it really, really mobile and really, really easy to use. So I'm really happy with that. So when I ordered this actually gives you the choice of modules. So you can either attach a scroll frame to it, or you can attach a Q snap as well if you wanted to. So you've got two different components. So looking at what we've got here, this seems to be the connector for the Q snap, just a standard jaw and lock mechanism. I will give you a close-up of that as we move on, and then there's clearly some form of frame you can actually build. It seems that, which way around will that go? Yeah, so it's going to come upwards from it. So let's have a look. You can connect these little pieces on to build the frame. So this is probably the main reason why I bought this stand anyway, so I might as well build it for that purpose, because as I said, my other stand is perfect for the Q snaps anyway, and I'll continue to use what my dad made me in the first place. So I'm going to attach that on to that. It's really quite straightforward in all fairness. Okay. Sleepy doggy down here with me. And put that on there. I did buy an extra, as I was saying, a component for this which will allow me to connect my lights and magnets, magnifying glass to as well, just to make it a little bit easier for me to see. So this component is that one. So obviously there's little holes here where you can connect your light fittings and your magnifying glass and various other things. So I'm just probably going to put that on first. How far will that come out? Probably take it to its maximum and see what that looks like. I want this as far away from me as possible, bearing in mind the nature of my furniture. I'm going to put that there, see what happens with that. And then, all being well, give myself a little bit more room, that piece should slot on the fringe. I'm guessing that's what it does. Into there, looks pretty good. So, it seems to be the bulk of the stand fitted. And that was fairly straightforward for something that looks quite mechanical, and then you've obviously got a piece here where you can angle and move and change the angulation of your frame too. So I'm going to go and get the camera and bring it up a little bit closer and show you some of the features of the stand now that we can see it's built. So I just wanted to give you a bit of an idea about this mechanism at the back here in terms of how this works, because you can obviously alter the height. So it's just a case of, whoops, and doing that little nut on the side here, and then you can literally fasten everything back up again. So that's how that works. So literally, I mean, you could sit on the floor with this if you wanted to, because the height will adjust to that level. So that's a really, really nice feature of that. So you will never ever have to alter your seating position in order to accommodate your stand. So that's a really nice aspect of that. So the other thing I wanted to also show you is this mechanism here. So this is the point where you can adjust the angulation of where you lock your scroll frame in as well. And while I'm here as well, what I'll do is I'll take this piece off and give you an idea of the other Q-snap, stand as well, so it's actually in position. So if I just take this off the top, just to give you a bit of an idea of how this component works as well. So this is also really, really angulated as well, so it's quite a mechanical looking stand, but in terms of the angulation options that are available for you, you know, I mean, I'm just looking at this and just setting it up, so you know, I haven't even given it a review yet, so you know, I mean, it's still very early days, but to me, what that actually brings is the opportunity for different angulation. So you know, you're never actually adjusting your position to accommodate the stand that you're working on, and again, you know, you can lock this into place at that angle, you can tilt it, you know, there's just so many different variations on a theme that you can use to actually attach a scroll frame. So that's a really nice feature as well that I'm actually liking a lot. Okay, so now I wanted to just point out, obviously I've put the scroll frame back on now for you to have a look at. Now this is the original attachment that comes with the frame itself, and you can see here now, I understand why I bought the extra clamps. I wasn't quite sure at the time while I was doing it, but if you were to attach a scroll frame here, it did say on the website that the clamps would stop you having to drill a hole through your side bars of your frame. So I know obviously for most people who have spent quite a lot of money on their frames, the last thing you want to be doing is taking a drill and actually drilling through it. But I have bought, and I've attached one to the other side to show you, I've actually bought the extra side clamps, which, as you can see here, will just, like the jaws of the Q-frame snaps, just allow you to seat your frames in there and just tighten them as you go. So they were, you know, really, really minimal in terms of the expense in terms of an additional expense. So I think well worth it from that point of view, because I mean, I for one wouldn't want to be drilling holes into my frames. And I also just wanted to show you a close-up of the actual Q-snap holder here. You can see there, it's very similar to the types of things you'd normally expect, a jaw that will clamp down and hold the frame nice and securely for you. So yeah, I mean, I think all in all, it's, you know, it seems that it's going to do what I need it to do. So, you know, I'll look forward to actually working with it and seeing what it does. Okay, so I've just taken the opportunity to attach the light that I bought with it onto the extra additional module that you can use. So the light looks really good. It's going to reach right across to where I want to work. I've also attached the magnifying glass, as you can see there. Again, that looks like it's going to sit in exactly the right place that you want it to. And I mean, and that's basically it in a nutshell. So, you know, I'm really, really pleased with it, to be honest. I mean, obviously we have to try it out. We have to see how it goes. So what I will do moving forwards is I will do a full review of the stand in use, and also of the Omanik, the frames that the Omanik Factory produce as well, the similar scroll frames with the side tensioning bars, just like the Millennium frame. So I'll do a total review of this over the next couple of weeks. I just want to try it first, because it's not fair of me to try and review it now. I mean, in theory it looks like it's going to do what I want it to do, but obviously in practice it's always another thing, isn't it? So yeah, hopefully it will deliver on what it seems to be doing. So thank you very much for watching, and I will catch up with you all soon. Take care, bye bye.